want to wait a little bit till anyone pops up, or do you just want to go and they can watch it later?
Yeah, we can wait.
We're gonna wait a couple minutes, or not a minute. Oh, we'll wait a little bit.
It's frozen.
Did yours freeze, really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Should be. Can we delete a live video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, crap. No, yeah, just hit finish. What is going on? Nope, somebody's watching.
Hey, Ben.
Okay. So.
Hey, Jess.
Let me get back.
We're waiting a little bit for a few people to show up. So stay tuned. I really want to tell you guys more, and I really want you to meet her. She's so amazing. Hey, Alicia. Alicia. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I am running on 0 sleep.
It's frozen again.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
Here, go to your
Technical difficulties.
Yes,
guys.
we're trying to
Give me
go
a
on
second.
live.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. Honestly, I feel like I'm a winner either way because I just gained a really good friend here. Like,
Me too.
I never thought I could find a girl in a wheelchair that I would
Me either.
get along with this much. Like, me and my predecessor get along great, and also Adrian, if you're watching, we get along great too. But like,
See, I don't have anybody on my line right now, which is fine.
okay, we're on hers too.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We're trying to do lives on mine and hers. So that's what's going on. Like, if we're like looking back and forth, and she's saying hi to someone.
We'll pay attention to yours until.
Yeah. So we got some people watching on mine. Isn't it always weird when it shows like 3 people and then it's like 2, but then like the person's comment? It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so, so anyways, I want you guys to meet the current reigning Miss Wheelchair Tennessee,
Hey, guys.
2018. Her
Hi,
name
guys.
is Lindsey Becker, and I want her to like talk a little bit about her story, because you guys all know my story. You guys, like Ben especially, you've seen me from shit to shining. So she has a very similar story, but a lot different. She's gone through a lot of hardships and struggles too. So I think her story is very important for my friends to hear too, because I know a couple of my friends have, you're not disabled, like in a physical manner, like using a wheelchair, but I know a couple of my friends have been affected by something similar that she deals with. So I think it's really important that she gets her voice heard with my friends too. So with that, I will let her tell you a quick rundown of her life a little bit.
Okay, well, first of all, we are competing against each other, which, is kind of a weird experience at first. But we get to become friends in this process, and we definitely have in a very short period of time. And it's not something that I expected, so this is really awesome.
Like, anyone who knows me knows I was like, oh God.
Me too.
Sure
I had no idea. I had no idea what to expect. But anyway, a little backstory on me. I was born with spina bifida, so I've been in a chair most of my life.
Ben, I know you said that was a possible diagnosis for you. Obviously, you're born with it, but his isn't that severe. Okay. It was like one of the ones that he has a little bit of issues, but not like, like wheelchair user.
Yeah. But I'm also a thyroid cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2013, in partial remission right now, about a year away. Anyway, so I don't know. I mean, what else do you want me to...
The thyroid cancer thing, I think, is really... tell them how old you were.
I was 27.
Tell them the warning signs.
Yeah, I had insomnia. My husband and I were trying to start a family. It wasn't really happening, and just a lot of just random things. And I finally said the right things in the right order to my doctor, and they checked my thyroid. Said, "Oh, your thyroid's a little off. Let's just, have everything checked out." And within like 2 weeks, I was having my thyroid removed because I had thyroid cancer. So, that changed my life too, in addition to the wheelchair thing. But they were completely different circumstances. So like my situation is completely different from Barb's. But we still connect. Like we have been through our own struggles.
Our own hells that are different than some other people's. Like everyone here obviously has a physical disability. But not everyone was dealt a whole bunch of crappy hands in life to them. You know, like they just got dealt this. You know, like, and it's like, that's bad enough, obviously, but, to be thrown the diagnosis of cancer, and it wasn't just cancer for her, she had the cancer, okay, but then she had, like, a horrible doctor that, like, made her life a lot harder for no reason.
So, and it was a completely different experience from being born with a disability, because I didn't know any different having my disability from birth, so, I had to learn how to advocate for that too. And I don't know.
Now, if you were to give people advice, like, what would you give people advice, like, to look at for issues of thyroid?
Okay, sorry, we almost lost our signal. Well, first of all, I thought mine was a sore throat, and it was a sore throat for months.
Your predecessor is
awesome.
watching.
Hey, Andrea. So it started out as what I thought was a sore throat and insomnia. And I had a giant nodule in my neck, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And I finally just said the right things in the right order. So my advice on all of that is pay attention to your body, whether it's, you're already in a wheelchair and, something comes up. Pay attention, don't let pride get the best of you. And take care of yourself. Don't ignore signs. Your body is literally your best, what's the word I'm looking for?
Alert system.
Yes. Yeah, your body knows when something's not right, and so pay attention. And so that's what I learned with just the thought. And I think the same thing with being an injury too.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times, because we live in America and the healthcare is the way it is, we always put things off going, hi Sharon. I think we always put things off going, oh, well, it's not worth an emergency room visit. It's not worth the cost of this. It's not worth the cost of that. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm 27. Why would I have a thyroid issue?
Yeah, it's like, oh, whatever. It's a sore throat. Like we just write it off as nothing. Because that's kind of how doctors treat it, like, more times than not. It's
I got told I had the good cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a good cancer.
Right.
But, I think that's a lot of the issue is that there is a stigma about going and just getting help medically in this country because of various issues. So if your body is telling you something and you're like, no, I have to go to work. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. That's all well and good. But, like, what if in, like, a year, now your cancer is, like, this big and it's spread through your brain and, and it's too late and you can't work. You can't see your kids. You can't see this. You can't live your life then.
It's better to be proactive.
Yeah, it's better to do preventative measures for sure. Learning from her about that, like, and I have someone I call a cousin, like, she's like a cousin through like 20 marriages. Bree, if you're watching, she had the thyroid issue, and hers were very, like, most people would write off her symptoms, and she didn't. It
probably went on for 2 years before I figured out that there was something serious.
Yeah,
so.
And like and she probably wouldn't need to gone through all that chemo had you, like,
right.
Like, really
hindsight.
But,
you can't beat yourself up over that either.
But because we aren't, like, properly educated about these things.
It's a new diagnosis. You're going to have a learning curve. I definitely still
But
learning.
Even, like, in schools, I feel like they should, like, cover things like
something
this, because
like that.
This is every day. Like, okay, guess what? I haven't used geometry since 10th or 11th grade when I had it. So, like, great. I was great at it. I wish I used it every day. I had 100%, But, what I use every day is, like, things like this, like, we need to learn about these different things that can affect us.
Well, and I think, like, she and I have connected because we've really talked about our situations, and they're different, but we just have kind of a common mentality about our diagnosis.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we just wanted to kind of do this.
Yeah, like, I feel like me and her are on the same page as in, like, we accept our disabilities. And we know, like, obviously we got a crappy hand dealt to us on top of our disability, but we both really accept our disability. And anyone who knows me knows that took a very long time for me to do. I still have my hard days. She still has her hard days. You know, not every day is going to be like, yay, sunshine and rainbows, even though I have a rainbow on my arm. But, you know, not every day I'm like, yeah.
But it's what you do with the bad days that I think really change your course and your healing even. So I think sometimes you just have to, I don't know, make the best of whatever the circumstance that you're in.
Always trying to find, like, the positive, like, in a situation, even if it's something as dumb as, like, oh, my cat came and hung out with me today. Like, if that's what you got going for you, you gotta go. And, you know, like, whatever gets you through the day. And, you know, like, meeting people here, it just, you know, really makes me grateful for...
life-changing.
Yeah, like,
really
makes me grateful for the things I have. Yeah, I don't have, like, use for my belly button down, but I got these.
It helps you gain compassion, though. Like,
Yeah.
Man, I have such an appreciation for where I'm at in my life, and just the opportunity that we have right now as title holders. It's so rewarding. Like, I can't even.
Yeah, like, it's very humbling. That's what I keep saying. It's very humbling.
Definitely.
Because it's like, whoa. And so, you know, I feel like no matter what happens on Friday or Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, well, Friday's speech night, so it's still like a competition, but like Saturday's when we're gonna know who's the winner.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens on Saturday, I feel like we're gonna come out of this like still connected with a lot of girls. And like what's really cool is like all of us girls, there has been no talk about religion, really. There's been no talk of politics. Two things that tear people apart in this country instantly. I don't know her religion, and I don't know her political stance, and I don't really want to, because I don't think that's important.
We're here with the common interest of helping other people.
Yeah,
and that's
we connected on a human level, and I think more people need to connect on a human level rather than something like that that's tearing people apart in this country.
Because we're all going through something. It doesn't matter if it's a disability or cancer or, you know, a divorce or whatever. Like, we all have our stuff.
Yep, we all have our struggles, and you need to have compassion. You know, it might seem trivial to us sometimes, but it's like, well, you know, I know Mitzi was struggling with something. My friend Missy, she was struggling with something for a while, and like, you know, she finally got her gift. And, you know, a lot of people, like, you know, take what she wanted for granted so much. You know?
I think we all do, because you get comfortable in your situation and you kind of lose sight of the fact that you did struggle probably at some point. And so I think it's a good reminder to be kind of brought back into that. Not let it control you, but like just remember where you were so you can appreciate where you are now. You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. So, like, you know, like we're like
without our disability, we wouldn't have met. No, I mean, honestly, I don't think there was any chance.
She's in Tennessee, Pennsylvania, like in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, nonetheless. But like, you know, I definitely think there is this core group of girls that, like, you know, we all connected on.
Quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like, too.
Yeah, and we all got along. There was, I was expecting to will into this and it'd be like Estrogen Fest 2019.
Me too.
Or it's 2019. It's 2018, but we call it 2019 for Miss Wheelchair America. But I was expecting like
the whole time, and it hasn't been like that.
No, it hasn't been, and everyone's been very nice and respectful. And you know, there's those people that your personalities just aren't going to click, and you know that, so you kind of go,
You gravitate towards the people that you do click with.
Like, and we actually had a really cool workshop today that me and her were sitting next to, and we're like, we need to do more of this. Yeah. It was assessing people's personalities and how to interact with those personalities.
Which is a really good skill, I think, for us being, you know, people in a position that meet new people all the time.
You have to know how to conduct yourself around people that may not be clicking with your
like
personality.
The love languages. You know, the love languages.
I've heard about that.
It's very similar idea to that, I feel like.
I've heard about that. Someone told me about that, but obviously I haven't been in a relationship in 8 years, so I know that's more of a newfound thing, and I'm over here like, yep, I've been single for about 8 years. It's okay.
But yeah, I think it's just more of what category do you fall into, and how can you use that to interact with other people better, is kind of what it comes down to.
I put my drink over here, I think. Sorry, I needed my drink. But yeah, it's pretty much been a really great experience, guys. Like, all you guys who helped get me here, thank you.
And me too.
Yeah, like, it's absolutely humbling.
Just knowing that we have the support, back home in our own states and with each other. Like, I think at least she and I can't speak for everybody else, obviously, but we're in a good place. Like, I'm going to be just as happy for her.
Yeah, like, we both said, I'm like, well, what are you going to do if you win? And she told me her plan. I'm like, okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what are you going to do if you win? I'm like, and we're on the same page, and it's
we're
like,
going to stay in touch. We're going to help each other out.
Yeah, and we said, like, dude, if we win, you're traveling with me for places. Like, I feel like it's not just about, like, I feel like if you win Miss Wheelchair America, it's not just about you and your platform. Mm-mm. It's about her and her platform. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So, like, say she wins Miss Wheelchair America, okay? She is now representing all of us title holders.
Right. And
it is her responsibility.
The whole disability community.
53 million people with disabilities is who we're representing. But, it's her job as Miss Wheelchair America to get our platforms out there as state title holders and to help find us opportunities to help, like, if she has a heads up, like, hey, I heard about this thing in Pennsylvania. Do you know about it? I want to go to it, and I think you should come with me. We should do it together.
And I think that's part of helping other people is sharing your experiences and your process, and that's how you reach people, And you can't do it alone.
No.
It does take a group of people to get.
Yes, it takes. It takes a village.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of times, like, with my personal experience, I know your state's been a lot better, but my personal experience, and I don't want to be like hating on anyone in my state by any means, but like, Claire has been the only one who reached out to me as a past title holder and who has helped me find things, because I told her, listen, I literally holed myself up in Johnstown for the better part of a decade and secluded myself from all people with disabilities and kept to myself because I was so depressed. I did not leave my bed for weeks. If Sharon's still there, she can attest to that. She was actually one of my attendants. So, like, I did not leave for weeks sometimes from my bed.
And you need those people if you're ever going to move forward and grow.
Yeah, like,
you have to have some sort of support. And I think it's the same thing. I don't care who wins.
Exactly. And like,
you need to reach your community however you can.
I feel like, I felt like, okay, I was told, like, this is a sisterhood you're getting into. Mm-hmm. Okay, I won the Sisterhood of Pennsylvania. Where's my sisterhood helping me out? Like, I thank God for Claire.
Really
yeah, like, after I heard hers, I'm like, dude, I'm jealous. Like, thank God for Claire. I love Claire to pieces, and I would be lost without her right now.
But that's why this is so important. Like,
yes,
our experience together is
exactly.
really, really important.
And like, I am learning from my experience of what I got, dealt with. I literally learned, if I were to win, I would not be that way. And now, as even if I don't win, I'm still going to be Miss Wheelchair Pennsylvania 2018, and I'm going to hand the crown over in 2019, and I will not abandon that person. And Claire told me she will not abandon that person. And I will never abandon anyone who wins Miss Wheelchair Pennsylvania ever. I will be there to help you grow. I will be there to help you do anything. Okay, so I really want you guys to also know another part of her story that is absolutely amazing to me. And so many people are going to say, how does that work? Because I even said that. So her husband is actually also a wheelchair user. He has a spinal cord injury.
He's also a big nerd.
He's a nerd. And he fixed my wheelchair and is my hero. But he is also a veteran, a Marine Corps veteran. And he is seriously, hey Jason, that's my photographer.
Oh, that's awesome. Great pictures, by the way.
Yeah, everyone loves them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So he and her both use wheelchairs together, and they make it work on such an amazing level that I never would have thought it would have worked too well.
It's so funny. I don't even think about that anymore. Like,
No, like,
we've been.
we're making a mess.
He's knocking stuff over.
3 wheelchairs in a tight space. Yeah,
it's fun.
But
Problem solving. This is Wes.
Yeah, this is Wes. Okay, and like, tell some of the people like what you like originally dealt with when you first started dating. I know you were saying a little bit.
We still do, but
oh yeah. But you probably like ignore most of it now.
Yeah, I mean, 2 wheelchairs rolling in the same location ever, and people lose their minds. They have no idea what to do with it. So we get racing comments, we get breaking speed limit comments, all that crazy stuff. So it's never ending. It's going to be life forever.
Were you the one too who said, "Oh, that's so sweet, you guys hold hands"?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, you guys are so cute. And they like, we could have been arguing in the parking lot 5 minutes before.
Thanks, Jason. Yeah, like, these two are absolutely amazing. Like, they have such a good relationship. And I would be lucky to find someone like that one day. And, like, I told her that, at first I was like, oh, I don't think I would ever date someone in a wheelchair. Like, that was my thought process, because I'm like, well, how would that even work? How would we get into a vehicle together? How are we dealing with the chair together? How are we doing this?
Just
how are we doing that?
You learn just like you learn any other
exactly.
skill. Like, it's really not.
So I was just like,
it's interesting.
I was ignorant myself to it. Watching them, they ballroom dance better than me and my able-bodied sister, okay? They did their thing. And you can go onto her page and watch it. It's absolutely amazing to watch them. They are seriously amazing. And I was like, you know what? You just opened up a whole nother spectrum to me of maybe a potential.
That's what we're doing, but that's what we, again, as
Yes.
that's what we're doing. That's
Yes.
the whole point of what we're doing.
Exactly.
Is to break stereotypes and show people what's
And it's
possible.
crazy that, like, I had that, in my head, but, like...
That's what's so amazing about this process, too. Is we get to grow and, like, our minds get to expand in this process, which is awesome.
It's so crazy to me, like...
I think we all think we kind of understand disability until we get into this process. They're like, wow, there's so much more to it than you even really think.
There's some girls with disabilities that I'm just like, wow. Like, I couldn't even imagine having their disability, and they do so much yet, like, that I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Like, you are amazing. Like, you are, like, you're inspiring me. Like, and I hate when people, and I hate when people tell me you're so inspiring, but like, I'm just like,
there's not a better word for it. There's really not, and I kind of get that now. Actually, I'm going to be a lot more flexible when people use that word, because I actually do get it.
After this, I'm like,
yeah,
because some of the girls, it's just like
they adapt.
Yeah, they adapted so well
to things that we will possibly never. Tell them what else we've been doing this week, though, too. Like,
okay, yeah.
I don't know you've told them already.
Well, I've been trying to tell you guys stuff, but as you know, I've been so freaking busy. It's literally been from actually, we have to be at breakfast too at 7:30.
I have interviews in the morning.
Or an interview. Yeah, so 7:30 we have to be there. Thank you. But at 7:30 in the morning, we have to be there for breakfast, and then it's nonstop till 9 o'clock at night. And literally nonstop. We don't even have time to go pee.
Yeah, tomorrow night's speeches. The next night is the actual crowning. So, again, make sure you're watching live feeds and all of that.
Yeah, pretty much. What do we do Monday? Like, the first day of Monday.
I can't remember anymore.
First day of Monday. Hold on, wait, you have the schedule here.
Oh, yeah.
We need to look at the schedule because it's been so, like, okay, Monday, we had the registration, and we had to set up our display board. So, like, registration is we get there, and we have to sign a bunch of contracts, pretty much. Like, if we give consent for them to take photographs for advertising, we give them consent to use our photographs for anything, we give them consent.
And just, like, the idea of, like, what you're doing, like, what you're representing.
Like, you have to say, yes, I'm okay with this. You have to sign off on that. If you win, you're okay with this. Like, there's things that we can't do. Like,
it's a commitment.
Yeah, like, there's things we can't do if we win. Like, we can't get, for instance, we can't go, like, a lot of people are like, what? We can't go into an ADA lawsuit while we hold a title. I can't right now. Yeah. We can't.
Well, because we're here to set a positive example, and you can't always meet everything with anger, even if it's justified. So you have to be level-headed in this situation, I think.
You have to try and work with them first, I think, is what
we're
they
never
want.
going to accomplish anything if you're always angry.
Exactly. So then after that, we how to set up all our displays. So I went Facebook Live then, and that's when you guys first met her and her husband. He was being a little bit goofy, but he feels like he came across wrong, but he didn't. And then we had dinner orientation that day until 9 o'clock, and that was our first time mingling really more.
Well, I think we had already connected at that point.
Yeah, we were already like talking at that point because we were Facebook friends going into this.
So we had a good idea.
Yeah, and she also has a YouTube channel, so we kind of had that in common too. So then Tuesday we had breakfast, and then from there we had to go and do an official group photo, which let me tell you, that was very interesting. Our wheels were like, what they called it, kissing wheelchairs. We were
Keep
that
in mind,
close.
there's 26 title holders too, so we have to get 26 photos all in the same picture, which is interesting.
It's very, and some wheelchairs are bigger than others, you know. So it definitely was an interesting experience to get a group photo. That was a new one for me. And then we went to the Ford Museum, which is not the museum for cars. It was just the president.
The Gerald Ford Presidential Museum.
The Presidential Museum. And I actually learned a little bit about him. Like, I knew he was a president, but I didn't know, like...
Did you see all the they have a ton of disability stuff in that museum, too. I don't know if you noticed it.
No.
There's a lot of disability stuff in there, actually, which is interesting.
I didn't even, because what happened was I was, like, still, like, halfway through, and then it was time to go. Yeah. So I didn't finish it.
There was some cool stuff.
Because there was only... an elevator could only take up, one person at a time?
Maybe two.
Yeah. So, by the time, like, everyone was halfway, like, done with the thing, like, people were still coming up the elevator, because there was one elevator for... Like 20, actually, there was like 30 plus people because the board members are in wheelchairs. There's some companions in wheelchairs. So it took a little bit of time. And then from there, we had to do a scavenger hunt around Grand Rapids, downtown Grand Rapids. And that one took forever.
We had to document everything.
Yeah, we had to document everything. We had to take pictures. They were like, oh, you have to go and, find this statue. They were like clues. And we had to go find the statue, take a picture with it, with our groups and stuff.
Things like we did the Beatles, Abbey Road. We did a picture of kind of that.
Yeah, and then someone else had to take pictures and then send it into an email and stuff. And then we met up at Panera Bread and we had lunch there. And after that, we did a ballroom dancing.
So much fun.
We did a ballroom dancing class. And what was she? She was like a Paralympian.
I don't even remember.
In swimming or something, I think
she was phenomenal, though.
Yeah. And she started doing ballroom dancing, and they hold some kind of like U.S. title together and everything, and they were amazing. I posted a video of them live that you guys saw.
And if you go to my YouTube channel too, you can see the video of my husband dancing, because we're both in chairs, and we were the only two where both of us were in chairs dancing. So that was a learning experience for us for sure.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was awesome to watch them. I kept like just watching them instead of oh my gosh, Lindsey and her husband.
Oh my god, we were laughing so hard by the end of it.
And then that night we had Under the Sea ball, which we had to dress up as something like Under the Sea inspired, which you guys saw my costume. I'm sure I posted and stuff. Then we had to go and we had a murder mystery dinner on top of that.
It feels like that was forever ago.
Right?
It was such an awesome week.
Yeah. So we had a murder mystery dinner on top of that. And we got to, each table, we only fit about like 6 of people total. So, each time we sit with someone new and get to know each other. And that was the end of Tuesday. Then we had breakfast on Wednesday. And then judging started Wednesday. So we had our first introductory judging, which was 5 minutes. And
I had 2 that day.
You had 2
and
that day.
They mix them up every day. So some people do 2 one day.
Pretty much total, we all have 3 separate ones. The first one's 5 minutes, and the last 2 are 10 minutes each. So, and it's different days. Everyone has something different. So that's when judging started that day. And then we had nonstop workshops all day long. And the workshops that we had on Wednesday. First, we did the ramp to advocacy, the 4 chairs, pretty much where you're at in your advocacy journey is what it meant, based on the type of wheelchairs we use as wheelchair users. And then the second workshop was disability heritage.
It was more like disability history things, important people in the disability community.
Yeah,
which is,
and like, you know, things that happen to our people,
right.
you know, that some people weren't aware of. So,
because keep in mind the ADA, which protects people with disabilities, has only been around for 28 years. Yeah, 28 years. So
since 1990.
Yeah. So that's not a long time in the grand scheme of things.
No,
so.
and it still has a long way to go, as
Definitely.
you guys all know from me on my Facebook page complaining about things. So, after that, there was a workshop called Marketing Me, and I actually was getting judged then, so I really wasn't. I got into the tail end, and it was pretty much, it seemed like things I do on social media anyways.
Yeah, making your social media presence, you know, present.
Yeah,
like
and as you guys know, I'm pretty present, because when I don't
too.
post, you guys are like, what's wrong with you? So, I'm good with that. And then the next one was my year's Miss Wheelchair America 2018, which was
the
last
current
year's
title holder.
Yeah, the current title holder.
This week.
Yeah, until this week. She'll be giving it up on Saturday.
She's awesome too.
But she went through and told us about her journey and what all she got to do and everything and her opportunities.
She got me so excited too about that. Like, just it reminded me of like what I've gotten to do as a state title holder too.
Yeah.
Just all of the experiences we've had.
Exactly. Cool. And like, it's cool that like, you know, she got to travel the country and do things that me and her do on our home state, you know, but like on a larger scale, reach more people.
Yeah.
It's really a cool opportunity. And then the next one was expectations.
Sorry. 3 chairs in a room.
Yeah.
About flipped.
The next one is expectations. And this is the first year they did this, where they gave us expectations that they have of the
first year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That they have of the current Miss Wheelchair America, because I guess they always had expectations, but they never like wrote them up and articulated them.
Well,
So
I think it's because they really want this title to be known, and so we need to be present. We need to be really taking, you know, our use of our, like, making the best of our time if we do become state or national title holders. So
exactly, like they definitely put it in writing. This is what you gotta do.
You know
no
what's
ifs,
expected.
or buts.
Yeah.
So we got that one, and then the last workshop that day was called "Putting on Your Own Oxygen Mask First," which was a mental health.
Taking care of yourself
Yeah.
first so you can help other people.
Yeah,
after.
like mental health, physical health, all that.
Yeah.
So you can be there for other people. So that ended our workshops then on Wednesday, and then we went to lunch also that day, and we got to exchange our state pins with each other. So I now have I now have every state pin from all the title holders here and collected. And then that night,
and I was going to just mention that, like, these girls are so amazing. Like, everybody's been giving everybody gifts all week. Like, I have more stuff than I got here.
Me
with,
too.
Like, by
Me
a long
too.
shot.
Like, I have so
Pretty
much stuff that
awesome.
I'm like, whoa, what am I going to do with all this?
It's
you know?
so cool.
I'm actually wearing a necklace now. It's like a crown, and then it has 2019 on it that someone gave us. Glad you are all having a great week. Love that you are all having connected. I met Barb online soon. Let me hit see more. Soon after she was crowned via Claire, y'all.
Oh, it's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So then after that, we had circus carnival theme night. And
That was fun.
Yeah, and they came in awesome costume. It was awesome.
Lots of glitter and wig and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and Wes was such a good sport. Like, he totally rocked it too. So we did that, and there was games for us to do, and we like won, like, you know, candy prizes and little prizes and like little simple games. There was a photo booth, and we actually had someone doing caricatures also, and that was kind of cool. They had someone doing caricatures of us all, and that was pretty much the end of that day. And
it
then,
says I'm live, but it doesn't say I'm live on my computer. Sorry.
That's weird. Oh, that's fine. But you can always share mine too.
That's fine.
And then Thursday, we went and there was breakfast again, and then judging all over again. And that's today. Thursday is today.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 judging sessions today.
I didn't have any, which is kind of nice. I got to just enjoy the workshops.
She had 2 on the first day, and she has 1 tomorrow.
So it was kind of nice to get a lot of it out of the way right off the bat for me. But now I'm like, oh, I have 1 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, early, so. I just wanted to be done over with. And I'm like, let's get this done over with.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we had a bunch of workshops today. And the workshops today we had confident advocacy.
Which was with the previous Miss Wheelchair America before.
I was in judging when she was on, so I didn't. What year
she was.
Yeah,
anyway, she was
Eliza.
Awesome.
Her name's Eliza.
Yeah.
And
I
Eliza.
don't remember what year she was.
She was the year before Sherry. Okay. She gave Sherry the title.
Okay.
So, I wasn't really there for most of it because I was in judging.
Yeah. It was good. It was good to hear somebody else's experience. Kind of looking back on their year, because it's been a while since she was title holder, so that was kind of a cool perspective. So.
And then there's communicating with style. Which one was that one? That was the guy, right?
That was just
That was the guy. Okay, yeah, this guy. It was the personality thing. It was like a personality assessment thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was really
fun.
cool.
He was a lot of fun.
Me and her were like, let's keep going with the seminar. We want to know more.
We wanted to know the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he had a very condensed version of it. Which
He condensed it. It was pretty cool, but there definitely was more to it that could have went.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was just kind of breaking down people's personality traits, and me and her were like, yeah, we're kind of part of all this. We knew that it got to something else, but he didn't have enough time. So then after that, his wife came in, and she is an RN that specializes in wound care. So she talked to us about wound care.
Taking care physically of things.
Yeah, your skin. Pretty much your skin care.
Making sure your chair is the right, fits you properly, so you don't end up with other,
pressure issues and good
like
cushions, proper diet to help wounds, and things like that.
Kind of similar to what you would deal with at a seating clinic or something if you were getting in a wheelchair, basically.
Yeah. And then that one they skipped because there wasn't enough time. And then healthy living exercise. And me and her were both like, because we already go to a gym and we already know how to work out for our bodies. A lot of the other girls don't, so I understand why they did it.
And again, everybody's at their own different part of their, their diagnosis, their disability, whatever. So it's useful for people, especially that are newer injured.
Exactly.
Injuries,
so I was like, I understand it. I get it. We just kind of were we were writing some notes back and forth to each other. I'm not gonna lie. So then, after that, we had lunch, and we went down to lunch, and then we went back up for more workshops after that.
That one was pretty good. The next one was good.
Enjoy traveling, and we learned about our rights traveling pretty much, and if any of you are ever interested who are wheelchair users and how to fly with the TSA, Lindsey did a really amazing video on her YouTube channel with TSA Cares. So you guys can check that out. I'll probably post the video when I have time to post it on my page eventually as a resource for people to check out. After that was Pound Fit. And at first, me and her were like,
oh gosh,
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it was actually fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Because I was like, they're like, anyone else? And everyone's quiet. I'm like, we're doing it. And she's like, thanks for volunteering. I'm like, oh, get over it. We're doing it. So
I was going to do the same thing to you anyway. So
I was like, yeah. So it was pretty much it's like drumsticks and
but they're a little bit weighted.
Yeah, they have some weight, and all you do is pound to a rhythm, and there was an instructor.
So they had 2 or 3 songs, and everybody kind of took turns passing around.
And people with all different mobility types and hand functions and stuff were able to do it.
It's like quadriplegics, that maybe they don't have a lot of dexterity or something like that. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah, and we were getting sweaty. So you would thought going like this would.
I think I got sweatier with that than I did ballroom dancing.
Yeah, it definitely was interesting. I definitely would look into that in my area.
And that
for
one was
sure.
called Pound Fit. So
and they do it for people who are able-bodied as well. They get on the floor and do other.
They do like
things.
a whole class, like you would do like a Zumba class.
Yeah, but with that.
Yeah.
And then the last one is protecting yourself, and
self-defense.
That one she'll have to tell you about because I was in judging for that one too, and then I went to the bathroom, so it was done to like.
That one was. It talked about different ways you can protect yourself, whether it's handgun or physical self-defense. So they actually showed a lot of hands-on. One kid that's been, I think he's a son of one of the contestants or something. He volunteered himself and he got thrown around the room a few times. It was pretty fun. He was a good sport.
I heard you
about
guys
it,
laughing, and I'm missing something fun.
It was funny because at one point he knew he was about to get slammed to the floor, so he tossed his glasses over. And
oh my gosh.
He was such a good sport about it, you guys. It was so fun, and they just showed things you could use that are everyday tools, like pens and jokingly a banana. I can't remember what all he used, but just different things. He even had a flash. What was it called? Oh yeah, a road flare. I mean, he didn't open the flare, but he definitely showed you this isn't a weapon, but this is something if you had on you, you could use to protect yourself. So he used just random everyday things that you wouldn't necessarily think of.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good. I think it was really good for people that maybe don't think of, because fact, women with disabilities are the highest demographic susceptible to abuse. So that's why that was important to our group today.
You guys are all my family and friends, so you guys know my story, that I'm a sexual assault survivor and victim, I guess, whatever, before I was disabled. So ever since I got disabled, I definitely have been paranoid, and thankfully that person who did that to me died last year, and I can live with more comfort knowing I won't run into him locally. So I know it sounds bad, thankfully someone died, but it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I didn't know it was there.
And so that's what they taught you. They thought, or they kind of approached it with, here are things, you be mindful of it. You should be aware of your surroundings, but here are things that you can use that you might not have thought of. And it was cool.
If Miss Wheelchair Florida ever comes around, you better bet I'll be there. Yeah, Miss Wheelchair Florida is actually really cool. Yeah. She, what's her name? Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy Blazer. Oh,
yeah, Chevy Blazer.
Awesome.
That's her name.
Yeah, she's fun.
Isn't she from the Orlando area?
I think so.
Isn't that where you're at, Ben? In Orlando area? You know what? I'll keep going. She probably has a Facebook page. Type her in. Miss Wheelchair Florida 2018 Chevy Blazer.
Yeah, she's probably got a Facebook.
Yeah, and she'll post her appearances. And you can be like, hey,
and definitely reach out. If you don't live, wherever, reach out, see if there's somebody in your state that's the current.
Cape Canaveral, is that close to Orlando? I don't know. Florida.
You can still reach out to her because
she might. Yeah, she might be able to still come somewhere there. But she is super awesome. She is and her smile is just so bright. She has a beautiful smile.
She's so much fun.
It definitely stands out to me when I see her smile. So, that was pretty much the end of the workshops, and then we ended up going to the lunch. I think I said that already, did I? No. Yeah, and then we ended up then going and having 50s night. It's about an hour away, okay. But she probably will drive to things near you. I wouldn't be shocked if she does.
I would, even being Tennessee, I would still go to Florida if I were given the option to.
Exactly.
Even at states.
Yeah, she probably does. But after that we had 50s night, and we all got to dress up and got to dance and let loose, and there was
hand jive.
Yeah, and then there was what's the
Lean on Me.
Yeah, Lean on Me song.
So we all got into a big circle and sang Lean on Me.
Yeah, all Sisterhood-y and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So actually, it was Ben, right? Ben, it's Miss Wheelchair Florida Inc. is one of the
Miss Florida Wheelchair Incorporated. Miss Wheelchair Florida 2019 will be hosted at the beautiful Rosen Center Hotel in Orlando, Florida on March 29th through the 31st. So there you go. Barb's always welcome and can Bring a guest. See,
I'll
like,
go to whatever.
If we need to go to Florida,
Whatever.
we were just crashing with him. Eliza slept on people's floors, so
I've got tons of friends with disabilities that live in Florida too. So
well,
yeah.
he'll just annoy
Hey, we
us.
might know some of the same people actually, Ben. It wouldn't surprise me. The world is small.
So yeah, that's pretty much been our journey this week as we are.
It's gone by so fast.
Yeah,
It's been the
really
longest and the shortest week at the same
it's
time.
crazy because we're like, oh my god, and of course, like we're like we should be sleeping now, but then we're like we're not gonna probably be around each other anytime soon. So, hey Lexi.
Well, I think we forget that we're competing in a competition against each other. Like, I don't feel that way about it.
Yeah,
at all.
like I said, I would be happy if she
too.
won, and vice versa. We both feel like we would do justice to the title.
Well, we have
pretty
an
much.
appreciation for each other's stories and where we're coming from with our platforms. And so it's...
I told her, I'm like, dude, if I won, like, you can travel with me.
Yeah.
Like, you can go do things with me. I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of everything. I want you guys to meet Miss Tennessee here because, like I said,
and I'm not sure if my live ever worked, so you guys,
you can share
This
it, I
was
guess.
Barb. She's Miss Wheelchair, Pennsylvania. I don't think that mine's even actually on. I think it's
That's
just
so
mine.
weird. I
don't
wonder
know.
what happened.
I don't know. Internet is horrible
Yeah,
here.
the internet sucks. It keeps disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting. It's the Amway Grand Plaza. Don't you think they'd have enough money?
I'm telling you, it's haunted. I'm still convinced.
Are
It's
you
haunted.
serious?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's pretty
definitely
creepy.
though like a once in a lifetime event.
Yeah.
And I'm glad.
And we
it worked
only
out.
get this one opportunity.
Yeah, we
This is
can't
it.
go and compete again.
Yeah.
If we lose, we can't compete
I don't
again.
know if you've shared with them, but there's also a different competition called Miss Wheelchair USA.
A lot of you guys were confused about that.
It's
You're like-
it's different
because
we're America.
Because what happened was Miss Wheelchair Pennsylvania USA won Miss Wheelchair USA.
Oh, okay.
So everyone was confused. Like, Barb, I thought you were competing. Look what I gave them, everyone
Oh
from
my God.
Pennsylvania.
I've never had them.
Woo, I bet you miss these, Ben. Woo, woo, woo.
They're so good.
Woo. Yeah,
I'm
everyone
gonna be
here
so
got
fat.
some.
I'm gonna be so fat.
Yeah, they got
after this.
hooked up. I gave them so much Pennsylvania goodies. I gave
So
them
much
gobs.
chocolate.
I gave them tasty cakes. I gave them mallow cups, the peanut butter cups from Boyer's, and also the pretzels.
It's
so
all so good.
yeah, I totally hooked them with Pennsylvania, and everyone's like, "Are you trying to make us gain weight so we don't fit our dresses?" I was like, "No, sorry, Pennsylvania's just a really fatty state. We like our sugar, man. We're foodies over here." So, but yeah, I think it definitely. I want you guys to know, like, I know I've been like absent, on social media, and I know that's weird for me,
It's
but
for a good reason.
yeah, I've been so busy, and I'm just like, I get home, like last night, her husband came over and fixed my wheelchair, and we just got to talking, and I don't like to really be on the phone in front of people. I feel it's rude, so I miss Gallagher's iced tea the most. Yeah, I know a lot of people miss that when they move, but I wanted to, connect with her, and Gallagher's iced tea. That's what they're like. You should bring.
Well, and we're both YouTube vloggers, and I think that's another reason we connected too. Yeah, we definitely are. Like, say, we're having a great time.
Yeah, I think people need to know.
Okay, actually, I want to share this with you guys. I don't know if it's good. I'll do backwards. Anyway,
fine.
this says "Empowered Women Empower Women," and this is something that my state title or my state coordinator gave me, and I think that that's actually a perfect representation of what we're doing.
Girls helping girls.
Yeah,
Like
this is so much bigger than us individually.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to.
I definitely think so. And I was given the advice going into this: if you connect with a girl, it's you may be tired.
Embrace it.
Yeah, but you know what? Go and spend time with them, because you can always catch up on sleep later. You can't catch up on making a connection
Once in a
later.
lifetime.
Yeah, they're
opportunity.
like, go and spend a couple hours at night with them. It's not going to be the end of the world. Like,
And
you'll
I feel
be
like
tired.
I feel like I've known you forever now.
Yeah.
We've only spent a few days together.
Yeah, like we spent it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, and we were like, like we feel like we're on the same page with things, and that makes
I'm good with whatever happens.
yeah, me
at
too.
The, at
like,
the end of this.
and like I feel like no matter what, like we're both winners. Like, say we don't even make it top 5, I feel like we're both winners, and it is what it is. Whatever's meant to happen is going to happen. We both think the judges are looking for something we don't know.
Yeah.
We have
really
no
don't
clue.
know.
We have no clue. Well, with that being said, my battery's dying. I thank you guys for sticking around.
Thanks for doing this. This is
Yes,
fun.
yes, I am totally excited about that. Like, we could like get a video together at least for this much.
Well, and I want to share like your YouTube and all
Yeah,
that too.
yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna share the TSA cares and stuff like for you. But be prepared for me to be pimping out her YouTube channel on top of mine. But yeah, we will be supporting each other and sharing things all the time.
Beyond this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be prepared to see Lindsey in my newsfeed a lot too.
Yeah, same with mine.
Good luck and have a good night, girls. Thank you.
Thanks.
Tomorrow's speech night, so make sure you guys tune in for that. She goes 2 before me, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Rhode Island, and then me. So, and we're like, they're going in reverse order.
I think I'm fourth.
Yeah, so fourth, so I'd be 6th.
Yeah.
And they're 2-minute platform speeches. So until they introduce and stuff, probably like 5 minutes in between tops. So it's going to be right at the beginning, and it starts, at 7?
7. Yeah.
7 Eastern time. So be sure to stop by and watch it live. It'll be on the Miss Wheelchair America Facebook page, and I will try to share it before I go up on stage. So
We are fun together, Ben. He said we're fun together.
yeah. He's probably like, I'm
like, oh my gosh.
like he knows super depressed Barb, so he moved away.
But that's what makes this so special. Is like when you connect with somebody like this, it's awesome.
Yeah, we went to high school together, and what's funny is he actually was my bully in high school. And
That's terrible.
Yeah, but what's funny is he actually was man enough and he apologized for it.
Good for you.
And he told me why he bullied, and we came to an understanding then. He made me understand why he did it. And, I, like, if someone can tell me what they did and why they did it and that they were wrong, I'm willing to forgive them. Because,
awesome.
As long as you don't do it again, we're fine. And me and him have been good ever since it was, like, the summer before my accident that happened. So, that's how we know each other. But yeah, he's obviously known me forever. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much. I will be posting this. So, Cassandra, who just chimed in, you can watch it from the beginning since we're heading off. I feel bad. So again, thank you guys again, and I'm so glad.
I'm so glad we got to do this.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys got to meet her. And we'll all right. Aww. Well, thank you guys again, and you guys will probably be seeing her in my newsfeed more often.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.